Time to do the hard work. GX have been fleshing out their strat book, but as I mentioned, you're doing your prep, especially of GX on this map, which, may I remind you, for the first 5 maps we've seen them play, they've all been unique, so there's only one map worth.
FUT picking into Sunset and Giant X picking the defense. Well, let's take a look at the agent select here and see if we will see anything new. I mean, not from FUT.
Those mains, or more specifically, the A main. This is just a Cypher trap that holds on to B. FUT all the way up through top mid. Nice flash will gain them that space.
Flickless is on high alert, the only player towards the spawn side of A right now, but that flank has been continued through both grubinho and Ara, now down towards Tiles. They've both found a kill each, and FUT are starting to fall flat. Into the site they go. Krax has so much work to do, but he can't possibly shoulder the pressure. West side with 2 of his own, a pistol for GX. End of stage 1, but stage 2, they're looking completely reborn. Into the bonus round, it's a quick one. Arrow with the recon dart, going for the set piece, and it finds value yet again. Grubby involved, Zeus doing a great job to dig out those.
Flickless, though, being very forward and pushing all the way through B main.
Oh, Cloud getting caught in transition, though, and that is a problem.
There is a paranoia to clear, but I don't think they use any sort of utility. They face it up.
If he can, not in a position to interrupt the plan.
By one another, so that should be easy enough to get over the line. And it is. Zeus with a 4K on the round.
For Zeus's performance, trailing behind the new duelist, the new face, the old one, I suppose, cNed joining up. This was really nice from GX to kick off the round, but the bigger conversation to be had, is how if Zeus is playing well, then FUT are going to succeed. That's what it took for them to get a couple of rounds against Vitality.
Yeah, he is now managing to skip towards backside, and you're looking at west side to try and support as the utility does not hit. And well, we've also got the null command taking utility offline, but it's GX taking FUT offline, as it's just Mr. Fallen with no chance of getting that spike back or even bringing up Krax. A minute to play with, but does he even get a minute to play? And no, that's not the case.
Which there is one of the options you have against GX, I suppose, if you know they're going to be as proactive as they are. But taking a look at the tape and how they played this previously versus Vitality, let's back up into elbow a little bit more, and Flickless with a full util belt is still here to support.
Flash good to get him off of the angle, as we're seeing more ultimates invested from FUT, this time the Nightfall. And Krax's flash, perfect. Gets the site, opens it up, and grubinho nearly getting caught as well.
GX would want to flood, but they just can't get over in time. The delay wasn't enough from the site players. Now with the spike going in, it looks like they'll give it a go.
A little bit of chip damage through the shocks, but look at Mr. Fallen, his position in elbow as GX come back in through that spot. Grubby still not found, waiting for the one-way to drop as Mr. Fallen. As Westside still to make his way through, make himself known, and finally collapsed upon. 1 versus 3 for the Cypher, who we know is good in clutches. But can he back it up here? And what feels like an impossible task, it certainly is. FUT take the advantage back. On top of that, they still have bodies on the line to make this one work, as the execute does come through. The stun looks good, but it's still even across the board. And as a Cypher cam, getting more information for the attack as they jump through the smoke. It's still a 2 versus 2, but grubinho is all on site alone.
Very strong line here, and like you say, the time pressure's huge.
Yeah, it is, but the first shot missed. That could be a disaster and allow FUT onto site. But we're 8 seconds. There's only 3 to get that spike down. FUT are making this incredibly close.
No time.
As Grubby tries to run away, get away. And well, GX will win that round.
So far, I think if you take a step back, the macro from them has been a bit suspect so far. That's why we wanted to see Mr. Fallen step up individually, because it's quite taxing to micromanage your squad. And there is a timeout off the back of this. It's the showstopper. GX with tools of their own, and it's that aggro tiles piece from Grubby again.
I like this. Every single time that GX look to be aggressive, they'll seem to get something off the back of it, but Grubby's completely unknown. FUT, again, less scratching their heads as they go 1 player down. Zeus still hasn't identified towards
No way!
Tiles! And it's a crashing bomb!
And now cNed 1v5, but grubinho might just take 5.
Yeah, it looks to be the case as Grubby wants his ace. He knows exactly where cNed is. He tries to deny it, and he'll get it.
East side lean. Pushing enough for them. GX are looking to hit the B site, and already Crack's running into trouble, or trouble running into him. And actually, whoa, 3 with a classic. How on earth's he done that?
No idea. Spike, though, still to be collected, and FUT have time to come up with how they want to retake this site.
The rest of FUT just need to keep them entertained, and the paranoia's hit both. That's the setup for Yetajay. 5 kills from a classic
to hit a paranoia and set up Yetajay. Yeah, unbelievable round all in. But what Giant X doing? Not clearing backside like that? That's schoolboy error.
Oh, it's because, I don't know, did the dart miss? Hard to tell. Either way, Pace safeguard thrifty for FUT, and a huge opportunity for them to redeem themselves, and you can see
the defense side of FUT looking to take towards mid, but that 5-stack, gain the B control, and I think they're just going to hit straight into this.
A lot more direct. Hadn't seen this so far from GX, but something they'll perhaps be looking to try and exploit, as all 5 members of FUT are off-site.
Yeah, that they are. They're waiting for any sort of more aggression that comes through, and will they punish it?
Showstopper missed. It was already a dead player there, though, so not the extra value, but the clears are looking all right. And with Westside down on 3, he needs 3, and it's just not possible. FUT won't know exactly how many, but they've seen a couple already.
Yeah, and they're looking to try and hunt down the op. Yetajay though, finding Ara, and well, automatically, this is looking brilliant. The ultimate's not hitting either, and FUT have done well already. They've got control of the spike, and Westside and Flickless, well, they're on site, but with no means of finding the space, breaking it down. cNed's just waiting for an angle, a chance.
Repositioned really smartly here. Has a big fight to win against Westside, though. He's quicker on the trigger.
Trying it, and it's right on top of Flickless's head. The players all coming through the one spot. So both players, both attack, look towards one position and deal with FUT with what was meant to be a defensive round. What was that?
Through a rifle v rifle stat, it was when Na'Vi were getting stomped by Liquid the other day. So I don't know if it's a bad omen, but GX are moving very quickly through the map, making inroads towards the A site. A dink onto Cracks, and with him caught with his hands in his pockets, it's a chance for Grubby to strike, and Cloud holding up the other end. But cNed is still here. Turns his back, goes for the TP. Flickless cuts it out. That's the freest kill he's going to get all day.
Theft. Spike goes down, but Flickless has no way out.
He's stuck, but it's on FUT to clamp down on this position. And he may just go over-considered here. Flickless is going to find value from the stun. No! Mr. Fallen playing in front, and it's on to Westside! He'll make no mistake! Backside, the goal here for FUT to try and flood back in.
Yeah, and well, the first of those ultimates being used. The Rolling Thunder from the breach. It goes down, we're into post.
We know that Grubby's in the corner. The nade is here to try and phase out his position, but the aftershock helps to reinforce. Cloud in the corner, not yet considered. Lining up 2 and setting up GX. The captain's done his job, and the rest are ready and waiting. 13 rounds, not all too far away. Yetajay has a lot to do. It's Grubby and Flickless standing between him. Yetajay has saved FUT again.
Giant X were finally going to close it out.
Well, look, as I was saying, they've already had a couple of 13-11s. Why not add another one? But jokes aside, it's a complete let-off.
The angles.
Yeah, Grubby finally goes for the ult. Was hanging on to this one for a while, but didn't want to bail. Give up on Westside, who was stuck out in the choke. Seeing the rotation come through from both sides. Huge 1v1 in the alley.
There's not a lot of utility either for FUT to come back in as Grubby gets peppered up
all the way down.
Still an info dart if they want to clear out, and well, the steps would have been heard. As both players make their way on towards Spike, there's the info dart to set up Grubby as he swings round, catches the player defusing, and Zeus now stuck in between two angles. Where does he try and fight first? Needs to tap the Spike, bait the players out, but it won't come through. It'll be Giant X finally to close out this map.
Ooh,
Okay,
Neon versus Neon head-to-head, I really like, actually.
Already flooding in. 3 bodies, backside ready to receive GX on this execution. Traps up, but it's Westside with the first Flickless and grubinho to follow. Yetije can't do a thing. He finds one, but that's it. It's Mr. Fallen against the world, and the world hasn't been all too kind to Mr. Fallen on Haven recently.
The fact that they don't hit in towards B, ended up going through Garage. Seems like they had everything that they needed in GX, just completely flood through backside. Perfectly played.
The priority is the same. Take garage control off the back of the drone. There needs to be player pressure behind this to remove those traps though.
Cracks did have a stun ready, but the players of GX well in towards the site. And nobody's there to try and clear it. Back this up, they're all on the extremities, but as they do come through, they don't clear the close corners. Not expecting players to have such, or GX to have such control. And I mean, you look at cNed, he's all alone on towards that other side. The paranoia looked good, but the engagement's much better from GX. Now it's a 5 versus 1 up against cNed. Good for the first, good for the second. Oh, hello? Just for a minute there, you thought it was possible.
GX just posturing themselves, paranoia onto the site players so grubinho can make a quick exit. He is the spike carrier, and into the setup he goes. How many stuns are we getting out of this trap? That's 2.
I think that's all you're going to get. As Yetije almost catches Grubby out as he's still on the site.
He's still tagged!
Yeah, he's still known about, and they know exactly where he is. What? Cracks had the perfect chance to collect the kill, and doesn't.
That's insane. Yetije getting a full defuse here would be a little bit more insane. He has it half.
Yeah, but he's well revealed up in the camera, noting exactly his position. Yetije, he's trying to find something. He doesn't even know where grubinho has gone, and it's wasted so much time.
You might see a mid-piece coming through from FUT here, but it's immediately put a stop to. Cloud deleting Zeus, just the one tag from Mr. Fallen's ult. Walk down grass, that's the protocol. Group up 4 players strong and do some dirty work off their own. Sleeves rolled up, cracks to collect. Both Neons in the server removed as we cross the minute mark.
Towards B, and they've also been able to deposit cNed towards that garage opening for a late flank if needed.
It's a mantra many live by. If all else fails, hit the B site, but FUT are ready. They know GX go knocking on that door. Yetije still lingering around in the back. He wishes that the hat had a serrated edge because it's done no damage. There is a trade. And Cloud thrown into the hot seat yet again. Cannot deliver under duress. Cracks claiming 4 kills.
Garage, and go from there. This was a great dart from Mr. Fallen. That's going to be used for... I'm
wondering if GX just want to go ahead and walk this one over the line, because the macro been good up until this point. They are playing really straightforward. Yetije's already found one. His trap's up to serve a second or a third. Flickless finally responding, but Zeus is yet to be cut out of the corner. Playing in short, set up for one, and swerving around to see if he can get any more. It's not possible. Flickless with an ult. And time to set up this plant.
One flash, one stun, but that paranoia straight in.
Oh. cNed chasing him down. Flickless hounded to the ground. Nobody on FUT to disturb the peace. Very quickly, things get pear-shaped. Grubby has to double TP, forced to exit, and Flickless covers his teammates back brilliantly. Mr. Fallen found through a cerebral spray. And very quickly, GX have already shifted the goalposts. They're looking for C, or at least to push players off that site.
Seems to be the case. Rolling Thunder to take this C link space, but instead they move into FUT players. Yetije on the other extremity gets one of his own. And it's just all central right now. Still equal though, and that's the most important thing as the spike begins to tick away.
Last player standing.
And grubinho caught in the smoke. Cloud once again left alone.
Same position,
Yeah, waiting for the next engagement as the spike gets locked on. Cloud manages to thread the needle, but it's cracks out the smoke.
This round, they already have the info in a lobby. Ara isn't going to walk all the way up long. They've dropped back to site as the pressure's being made elsewhere, but Grubby will have to settle for just the one. All of that footfall up long.
I mean, Westside trying to keep his tenure here, but that paranoia denies that. But he's still able to get a kill. And the two players coming out of backside is Flickless and Ara. The two that usually play the duo, the initiator and the duelist. But Ara's trying to do it all himself, and he's getting caught out by utility. Tap of the spike, see if they beat out a peak, but with time so low, there's a chance that Cloud could deny it. Instead, no, it will be double digits for FUT.
Actually placed behind it. They can afford to fight heavy towards C.
I mean,
but it's Garage that's the issue.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think it's towards C that they're really looking towards. It's FUT trying to gain that extra space through the link position, but everybody's just flocking into the setup that Giant X had. The flash was good by Cracks. And well, a 2 versus 4 is where it settles right now. Still traps on the site and Cracks playing around them as the players go through right into FUT's hands. No way did Giant X let this slip. Both players so far away. They've even got the Hunter's Fury in post, which is going to be the ace up the sleeve if it's really needed. A stun as the players peek out, but Ara's got this half. Is there ever a chance that this could end up going his way? The answer is absolutely not, as FUT will find map point.
Thinking this might be an A play. The drone is going all the way through spawn while Westside is fighting for his life on C. Grubby had the ult, fortunately, to join up. Now they can create a huge flank.
Yeah, and now this is where it gets really important, because if FUT win these fights, they're allowed to immediately pivot A, but they've not cleared Cloud. And Westside's got one more. That was through middle. And with that spike being known about, FUT are in a precarious situation. How do you even get that spike and get out? That's the question. And I one that they might not have the answer to.
This trade's coming through. Low HP on both GX players. Still, it's absolute pandemonium. Wants to challenge this space.
Through the window, no they don't. Contact in. And I mean, this is basically done unless somehow Mr. Fallen's able to find Flickless and get to the B site. I mean, with 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1 to get the spike down. Grubby just needs to hide, but instead gets the kill.
Ara has the overdrive to come back into this retake, and the setup's the paranoia.
Straight in. Oh, the players looking to swarm through, but that's a messy one from Ara. Advantage for FUT to capitalise upon, and will do so. We'll finally be heading to a third map.
Again, we are going to see Cracks on that KO. We know that this is where he is strong.
Drops and Giant X scaled up somewhat decently through shot, but that paranoia from cNed is absolutely spot on. And so is the pistols. Oh, engaged better. Flickless managing to even it out, and grubinho unfortunately caught through the 0-point knife from the KO, and Zeus will be able to capitalise off the back of it.
Wingman, is it? No, the plant has been denied. It's a molly lineup flying in from Yetajay as well.
Protect this spike as Cloud tries to get it down. Quick pivot though, through towards the B site.
Has to commit, and a little bit more time bought through the hesitation. FUT are here.
30 seconds
Flash
left.
as well to set up Flickless! As he finds an ace!
Builder, then finding all 5 on the pistol. I alluded to it. In that first util dump, if GX aren't able to take the necessary space, they do struggle.
Giant X will approach that B long.
Important area of the map. Nice combo from the util, and oh, okay, Mr. Fallen has managed to escape, and Zeus is the one who finds the paint shells kill.
So Giant X used the teleporter B long to get to the A site.
Toxin screen down.
Looks like the round is shaping up in that way. Flickless drops the wall to just get a look into the cubby. Westside now has the grab net back up and ready to use as the execution comes in.
Mr. Fallen so low, looking to retreat, and while the players of FUT want to go and try and investigate towards Lamps, and it ends up in Giant X's favour. Flickless once again being the hero, and Spike looking to go down.
Left.
Get out here and retake 3-on-3.
Zeus on the flank is probably the biggest concern for the attack, but the players out of CT met by Ara's rifles. Zeus at the same time, it's both raises doing the work, but instead, yes, once again, it is Flickless. Commits the Viper's pit because they know they want the bonus round. And in a 2 versus 1, cNed trying to make his way through here, it should be an impossibility, but both players are up close and personal. But it's Flickless once again.
Heavier hookah setup, but not really getting proactive all too often. They will here, and Yetajay finds Flickless. That's the other end. It's all coming in from long.
That was Flickless's first death. Look to get the first round. That's a brilliant showstopper. And grubinho needs to somehow rescue that spike with no chance in hell. Okay. He'll buy himself one.
Stars, but no spike, and even less time.
1 versus 1 against cNed.
10 seconds
controller.
left.
He's not looking the right way, and steps being held by the veteran. He'll collect that kill.
grubinho's walking into trouble here. Melee out. Okay, Yetajay.
Ah, nice.
I see the game you're trying to play here. How many more can he get? Oh, it's a second. And it's just about good enough, I would say.
2 versus 2 on this B site is so much more contentious.
The Rays head-to-head, moments away from coming to fruition. Zeus in a strong position. It's Cloud that's going to spot him out. The second is hit. cNed's op spotted by the Dizzy, and all the while, Flickless starting to close the net towards spawn.
It's getting closer and closer. No command being used. You know that means if we want to go fast, which means Flickless needs to go fast as well. A great shot by cNed at this moment in time, but instead he wants to take the next engagement. He wants to find Flickless and does so. Now onto the spike with a rifle in hand, and Ara gives him the engagement to set up on the site. And the fact that we're going to be so late to get back to this one. So, plenty of delay, plenty of opportunity. What does FUT do to try and break this down? It looks like they're going to split up into 2 packs.
Ideal conditions. The only thing missing is player numbers. Westside has emptied his pockets, full setup. Knows that with the wall broken, there's at least 1 player coming spawn side. They've got to drop into the sensor here, FUT, and that's where both players can look to capitalize. Westside gets both of them. Still needs 2 more, but can't take it, can't handle the heat. FUT in front at the first half of Bind.
GX on the defense with a full buy versus FUT with basically the same thing. It's going to be a decent trade out, but it's just going one better. So he's starting to show what he's made of, but Grubby goes into the smoke at the wrong time, and that's going to be 3 for the young duelist.
As I mentioned earlier, Mr. Fallen, we've not seen too much of his fade so far, and now he's going to need to fully clear the double stacked anchors on A.
Unless he's not even looking in the right spot, as Yetajay is the one to catch him. We've seen GX come back into the second split. Paranoia could be used, but that knife is going to be the information needed, perhaps, to start the engagement. As FUT scale in, Krax's flash was brilliant, and it's going to be the case as then the showstopper comes through, and Zeus gets another. FUT don't want to be playing on Bind much longer. They're ready to execute right into the A site and execute any resistance in their way.
But little more, Mr. Fallen will lead the chase. That chase is cut short. Stance of the old FUT, and I think we have our answer. Forced to respond. And with the null command coming in just as soon as Cloud was trying to play for some reconnaissance of his own. He is in so much danger here. Needs grubinho to do something. But the star from the start of the series has been shut up.
It feels as if Giant X haven't been able to live with FUT since they've got onto Bind. It feels as if FUT have had everything that they've needed, as Ara is the only one left here, and he will be routed out. FUT bounced back after a disastrous week against Vitality, and that was the form team that they just managed to beat.